Hello everybody, Gisele Grenier here. In this video, I'm going to be working in my small art journal. I thought I'd create something fun. I just got off a five video sprint on rock painting, and we're approaching February. I thought I would do something springy. Februaries are really bad in Canada, so I thought I would do something not so much springy, but just something a little bit fun. So I've got my art journal here, and I'm just going to pick whatever. That's got a lot of texture to it. We can work on that. Oh, we got birds there already, so yeah. Let's just pull this one off. No, because I want to use that in the design. Let's pull this one off. And for those of you that are going to ask, this is nothing. This is just the arc system from Staples. There's a punch, and you can buy the disc. You don't have to go and buy the expensive supplies that are branded under different names, but just Staples. Okay, so this one here actually has the embossing. There's a Tim Holtz embossing folder, so I'll use that and we'll see what happens. As with all the new videos I'm doing, I'm going to cover the supplies that I actually end up using at the end of the video, but what I've pulled out is some Decor Media liquid glass as my glue for the burlap tape, Decor Media matte medium for the collage, Decor chalky gesso white for the base, and for the paints, Decor Media fluid acrylics cobalt teal hue, Hansa yellow light, phthalo green yellow, and naphtha red light. And I am missing white. Let me get my body in here, titanium white. And I've got my StazOn ink pad, and I've pulled out a stamp. It's just a random background stamp. I'll explain that in a minute. And I've got this burlap tape. Picked this up at the dollar store, and it's got adhesive on the back, so I thought I would give that a try because I've never used it before. Book paper, cheesecloth, and a little bird cutout. Now, what I did with this, now let me get the stencil. So this is a stencil here. It's Americana Feathered Friends, and what I did was just basically trace the shape and then cut it out on scrapbook paper. And I wanted this little cutout here. And the other thing you can do is put that stamp and then cut it out. Okay, so let me just put that over here. I didn't want to waste time showing that, but I've got this little, just on some, I'm not going to use that side, I'm going to use this side. And I just got a Prismacolor, they say archival, doesn't work with varnish, so. And then I got a whole bunch of my cutouts here, and so these I did myself at canva.com. I've got a pro account, but you can use a free account. They've got amazing typewriter fonts. You can make these yourself. So I got a whole bunch of words here, so I'm going to put those aside because they're going to blow away with the heat gun. And the typical supplies, brushes, water, baby wipe, and all that stuff. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is get this stuff out of the way. And the chalky gesso I have in a small bottle. And what I did is I actually have little prompts in these containers here, and that's what led to this one here. And the prompts basically tell me what supply, what theme, blah, 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 blah. So what I should start doing is showing you that on camera. All right, so let's get a little bit of gesso on here. Just going to put a little bit, and I'm going to use a brush. And I'm going to be careful how I put this on because this ink on the paper actually comes off. So you can see that some of this, you can't really see it, but it's starting to come off. Just put a little bit there. I don't want to use too much. And you can see I'm not over rubbing. And this is because there's the, especially with the tape, there has to be, I'm going to be using liquid glass, and I don't want it to sink into the paper. So I'm going to be putting quite a bit on the bottom. And because this is so textured, I'm going to let it dry naturally. I'm not going to use the heat gun. So I just dry rubbed the first one, and then the second layer just painted it on. Oh, Joe just got home. Okay. So I'll let that dry for a sec, and then when we come back, we'll start doing some painting. All right, so now we're going to do some coloring. I'm gonna grab these paints. If I had little watercolor, those little watercolor wells, that would make these so much easier to work with. So I've got my cobalt teal hue, and I'm going to take a little bit of Hansa yellow light. Don't need a lot. And I'm going to take phthalo green yellow, which is super bright, just a speck. And then I'm going to dull that down with naphthol red light. And I'll put it right beside, probably about twice the amount. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to need all that. And then some titanium white. I'm going to put that way over here. Okay. And lots of water. Oh, you know, no. I was going to say it would be cool if I did this on a gel plate, but not right now. Okay, let's go with a nice big brush. Let's get a nice big round brush. And let's start off, well, since we're here, let's start off with some of the green. Oops, I forgot to spray this. I'll spray this as well. See, if I would have done this without the gesso, the paper would just start to get all funny. And let's just splatter some of this. You don't need a lot of the green. I can pick up a little bit more of the brighter green. Rinse the brush, and then we'll go into some yellow. Really what we're doing is we're creating a stain. Now you can use watercolors, but it won't be permanent. This is why I like using acrylics instead. Just gonna put some in the corners. Now the brown I'm going to put here, so I want to make sure that this is fairly light to have some nice contrast. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing with the blue. This is a really pretty blue. Not very strong. Oh, look at that. The words are coming through. They're backwards, but the words are coming through. Let's get some more color here. And then once you pop this in, you can, spread the stuff around any way you want. You can add more water to make it more washy instead of splattery. Remind me to show you the actual embossing folder I used to create that, because that's part of this. Now this here, could use that in another piece of art as well. Oh, all over my hands. And what to do is with this stuff here, if you're using it to clean your table, let it dry and then rinse it out under water in case there's any, if there's rubbing alcohol or any of that stuff in there. You don't want to put that in your art unless it's intentional. Yeah, I left my baby wipes to accidentally dry. All right, so that just needs to dry, and now we're going to put the cheesecloth on top. And drying that I can do with the heat gun. You can let it dry naturally if you want. So now it's all dry. Look at that beautiful texture in there. I'm going to grab some cheesecloth now. You can use medical gauze as well. Open that up. Right about there. just want to get something. Yeah, I think though that I want to put I like that, or should I put it sideways? Where's my bird? Then there'll be the band there. So no, I think I'm going to do it like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. And we need to finish the edges. Oh, okay, so I'm going to have to bring out some more paint. I'm going to bring out transparent red iron oxide. Just a little bit. And let's grab a cosmetic sponge. Now this doesn't have any matte medium on it, so when you're doing it with straight on paper, be aware if you get any on the front, it won't come off. So if you're not sure, or if you're limited on your paper, put some matte medium on it. That way you can at least wipe it down. See, like this, I wouldn't be able to wipe it down, but that's okay because I'm going to be doing covering some of that up. All right, so just going to blot that. Just going to darken that a little bit. If you have distress vintage photo or tea dye, you can use those. Again, remember, they're not permanent. So because this is so light, now I want to create a nice contrast. I still would like to do it this way. Hang on, so I'm just gonna do a bit of a dry fit. So what I'm looking at is, yeah, no, I think I have to the birdie there. Bear with me here while I do this. And then my quote up here. I think that looks better. I can still put my quote up here. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so that's all taken care of. Oops. Put that in water. And let's grab some matte medium. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Make sure you wipe your hands before you're using this stuff. It's so strong. Now this here, I'm going to be putting the matte medium on the whole page, just to even out the finish. I mean, you can put it just on some areas, but I like putting it on the whole page. And if you're also working with a lot of water, you could put masking tape on the other side to protect your other page. So I'm putting matte medium on this one here as well, because that will let me move it around if I don't place it right. Because it's so simple, it works like a charm. And then some matte medium on that. Now where you run into a bit of a challenge is because this is so textured because of the embossing, that you're going to get a little bit of bubbling because of the air underneath, and I'm okay with that. All right, so while that's drying, I'm going to stamp this little guy. Need my, where's my plate? I wonder if this will be big enough. What pattern do I want? Oh, it's not big enough. I wonder how that would look. I like this one. I think I'm going to use this one. In here. And I'm going to get my other plate. Because I've been stamping on this stuff here, which is very rough. It's not even. So I got the plain part of the paper. I don't want to use this one. I'm going to use this side because it's plain. I could also collage some tissue on that if I wanted to. I'm not going to worry about it. I wanted to keep this nice and easy. Ah, dang. There we go. Well, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Didn't quite work out the way I wanted. All right, let's put this aside. And put you aside. So this has to completely dry because we're going to be putting matte medium on it. All right. And you're okay. So I'm going to grab my pieces here. So I'm going to be putting a little bit, I'm going to be using some white paint and white paint to go on top of this. So let's get the matte medium again. Put lots down. Come on, let's get that over there. And try to avoid where the punches are. Now you can also dilute this with a little bit of water to get it to go inside all the fibers of the cheesecloth. I've got a glare. I'm having a heck of a time seeing this. There's going to be tape over that burlap tape on this one. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the white paint right on my brush and just going to go over where the edges stick up. The bird's going to be right about here, so I want to make sure there's some nice contrast. By holding the brush flat, it'll all the texture, the paint will just grab onto that. All right. Grab the rest there. Now this is just me, just want to use up the rest. Okay. So that is done. Just going to open that up. Now this is going to take a little bit to dry, but I can speed up the drying time of the stuff that's on top. So I brought out my little container where I had the cutouts here, and I wanted to put a little branch on here. So I found that one, which is part of, where is it? Which is part of the stencil there. Okay. And I went through here as well. I've got some little random bits and bobs. So I think I'm just going to use that one. Do I have any leaves? Oh, I do. Oh, maple leaf. That might be too much. And I also decided I'm going to put the burlap. I'm not sure if I want to use that now. That might be too much. Okay, so let's just stick with this. And I'm going to paint that though. Let's make another batch of that green. And what am I doing? Leaf, green, branch, brown. Okay, well, okay, let's bring out the quinacridone magenta. Let's make a chromatic black. I already put it out. Okay, let me just grab a little bit of burnt sienna in there. That was my screw up. Okay, so the quinacridone magenta, it really isn't needed. I wanted a brown. I don't know why I was thinking green. Oh, but that color is nice. There we go. I like that. And grab any old paintbrush. Yep. So the pink that shines through is going to dull it down a little bit too. I like that. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, the burlap was just too plain. So I'm going to quickly dry that. Won't take long at all. And because I put it on straight on the paper and then pulled it up with a paper towel, look at the effect. So like that. So I'm going to put that, I think, in there. And then the birdie right there. Yeah, I'm liking that better. Okay, so I'm going to, oh, you know what? While we're here, let's use up this paint. Yeah, we could do that. Just going to edge that. If you don't want to edge it, that's fine. No worries at all. I like creating that edge because it frames everything. And I like using color, so because there's that color in the leaf or the branch, I'll put it around. The only thing that's missing, you know, there's white, there's yellow, it's all the colors. I like to try to keep a color in at least 2 to 3 spots on the piece. The only one that's kind of an oddball is a transparent red iron oxide. So to bring that into something else, what I'm going to do is just put a speck there and then load the dirty sponge with that, and there we go. So now that's going to bring some of this color, not everywhere. Can rub over a little bit of the cheesecloth. Oh, that's neat. Oh, I like that. Look at that. I like that. It's all about the experimenting. If you don't experiment, you'll never know what you can do. I I know that, you know, a lot of you think, you know, experimenting results in a waste of money and supplies, but it doesn't. Think of it as, you know, you're learning. So let's just say, now I'm not going to be presumptuous, but let's say you have a child and the child wants to learn how to do something, and you wouldn't turn around to that child and say, nope, I don't want you to learn that because it's a waste of money. You know, no, you want to give your child every opportunity to learn how to do something, except when you're spending $1,000 on hockey and your son decides after the first class hockey school that he doesn't want to do it anymore because his feet hurt. Yeah, I'm not going to let Harrison live that one down. So because this is really textured, I'm going to just, for the next couple of minutes, I'm just going to, you know, wait. Then I'm going to press it down with the brush with the matte medium and just keep pressing it down until between the two layers where they touch, until they make contact. And then I'll put the bird on. But while I'm here, and I could put the transparent red iron oxide around that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to come in with this color and just finish that edge. Now the scrapbook paper is just, the scrapbook paper that I chose is just stuff that I didn't like, and I knew I was going to color it. But you can also collage right on top of it, then just fussy cut it. I'm trying to get better at fussy cutting. I ordered myself this really cool cutting blade off Amazon to hopefully help. And I don't like fussy cutting because it hurts my hands with the arthritis. So I'm not going to let it control me. I'm going to see what I can do. Now I'm just going to gently touch a bit of this color. This is around the bottom for the shading. There we go. Like that. I like that. I think we've got good contact now. So while we're here, let's glue him down. And you can use a hot glue gun if you want. The problem with the hot glue is if your page is flexible, it's not going to work. So you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're using, it's not going to bend. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Just come in. And just for the next few minutes, just keep pushing until the now where I'm running into a challenge with this, because there's the paper, there's the cheesecloth, there's the branch, so the birdie is on a bit of an angle like that. So that's why I'm going to be pushing it down to make sure until it gets tacky enough to make that contact. Otherwise, I could have put something underneath here to level it out so it's flat. I'm not going to worry about that. And what's left? I forgot to outline the bird. Shoot. Okay. Dang. I forgot to outline the bird. But now that I think of that, it's a good thing that I did it in this order, because these stupid markers, the matte medium dissolves them. So I wonder if I can... I just want to do a little sketch. Just do a little bit of a sketch. Now, I should wait for this to be completely dry. I mean, completely dry. But I'm impatient. Can I put a little eye? Let's make this his eye. Look at that. Now he's an instant bird. There we go. A bit of an outline there. I'm going to wait for that to to dry and do another one. Now, do I want to do something with the burlap? I don't think so. I think that's going to be too distracting. So what we have is a somewhat L-shaped composition here. Line going down and then the branch coming across. So that's good. And now I just have to deal with the quotes. So let's put that over here. And I want to talk to you about what I did with the quotes. You can get, you can buy the quotes, like little wordies and stuff like that. You can buy stamps to do that stuff. The Tim Holtz ones are nice. The problem, I'm not saying, well, not so much a problem, is that they all look the same. I like variety. So this is why I print my own stuff. I do have the chit chats and the little quotes and stuff like that, but I need a piece of paper. Seriously, I don't have a piece of paper in the So by using Canva to create my own, and you can size them up, and the font is Special Elite. That's the name of the font. So what I do is I print them off on just cheap photocopy, like printer paper, nothing fancy, just printer paper, and then use I try to line everything up where the words are the same size. So, for example, I try to line them up where the words are like this. So when it comes to actually cutting it, I'll just have to make one slice with the paper cutter and then just go straight across and then just have to trim. And then what I do is that before doing that cutting, I mount it on what I call yucky scrapbook paper. Just yucky scrapbook paper to thicken it up, to make it nice and thick. And then that's how I do them, because then, you know, they're nice and strong, and it does cost time to do it, but you can customize it to whatever way you want. I used to use a little stamp. This is so much easier. So now I'm thinking, okay, what words I just pulled out some words. Okay, this one's an easy one. Accept yourself. Okay, so I'm thinking make sunshine, sky, sunshine. No, I'm not. Thinking of the whole process with this is that I like clear destination. I had an idea what I wanted to do, and I was going to make it work regardless. So let's use that one. Okay. And a lot of times, if you find a quote that you like, that will help you guide your artwork. All right, so let's outline that in black. So now we have some of the transparent red iron oxide in there. Oh, the other thing is we don't have the pink. So why don't we bring some of the pink into the edging of the word. Now that's going to be a bugger to match. So I'm not going to even worry about matching it. Red, and let's get a little bit of white in there to make it more pink. And I may bring in a little bit of, oh yeah, gonna have to. A little bit of green to dull it down. Just a speck. A bit more than that. And I'm using phthalo green yellow, not the blue. Okay, now it's just gonna be a bit more white in there. Now, if you don't want to color mix this stuff, look how close that is. Just a little bit lighter. If you guys don't want to color mix, use whatever colors you have. I have a set of colors that I use in my limited palette. I remember a time when I had, like, especially with the decor stuff, I had every single color in the Americana line. And although it was convenient, I wasn't learning anything. It wasn't until I went to art school. Yeah, look at that. Color matches. It wasn't until I went to art school to learn how to do color mixing. I mean, 6 months, color theory and that. Best decision I ever made. Not going to art school. Well, the teacher there told me to think of another career path. She said I couldn't draw. 300 commissions later. There we go. But yeah, so that's why I'm always giving you guys some color mixing instructions in here, so you guys can save some money. How does that look? That's cute. I don't like that pink. I don't like that pink at all. So I'm going to use a DecoArt Media liquid glass because this is dimensional. You can use it as a glue. And applying it nice and, oh, you guys can't see, nice and thick like that. It'll be raised up. It'll be sitting up on top. I don't know why that was so hard to say. If DecoArt stops making this liquid glass, I'm going to have a poop fit. Love this stuff. Every time there's a product that I absolutely love, not just DecoArt, but anything, even like .57 Rye, I absolutely love. LCBO stopped carrying it. TV shows that I absolutely love, they stop. They end. Joe and I have a thing now that if we really, really like something, we don't say anything. There we go. So he is all done. I'm going to call him a girl. Call her a girl. So I'm just going to do a little bit more sketching. Nice and rough. Oh, Mia's getting all yappy. Let's darken up his beak. There we go. There we are. How cute is that? So just by, with the prompts that I had, and again, I'm in the future video, I'm actually going to show you guys me pulling out the prompts. That way you can see what I'm doing. Journal page, newsprint paper, bird, quote, and newsprint paper, and then cheesecloth. So I used up all the elements, and then the stamping. The only thing that I didn't use was that, which I could, think of putting it there to reinforce where the punching is, but that'll be for a few future videos. So that I did not use. I had recorded the whole closing to the video until I forgot to show you what the piece looked like on plain paper and to go over the supplies. So let's do the supplies first. All right, so get the big stuff out of the way. So using the Americana Stencil Feathered Friends, sketched out some shapes onto scrapbook paper and cut them out. That way I had the little birdie, so you don't need to buy them. And let's see what else. Oh, other than the brushes, baby wipes, and all that stuff, that's the same. So DecoArt Media Matte Medium for the gluing, as well as a DecoArt Media Liquid Glass. DecoArt Chalky Gesso to prep the paper and to create a barrier layer. DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics, Cobalt Teal Hue, Hansa Yellow Light, Phthalo Green Yellow, Naphthol Red Light, Titanium White, and then I brought in Transparent Red Iron Oxide and Burnt Sienna. And one of the brown color, oh, you know what? That did make a difference in this. Better bring that back. Quinacridone Magenta, because I did end up using it. Okay. This just scribbly stamps. Pick this up on Amazon. Just scribbly stamps. Stays on ink pad. And then my journal page. And then my book paper. This is from a $2 book that was destined for the bin at Value Village. So I just pull pages out. Use that. Cheesecloth as well. A marker to do the outline, and I'm going to go get the embossing folder to show you, because that embossing does play part in the design. So there's the embossing folder. It's got some really nice wording on it, and it's the Tim Holtz alterations. So, I mean, you don't have to use this obviously, but that's what I used especially for this one here, to create all that beautiful, beautiful texture. Oh, it's the same birdie there. Same part of the same line. So there we go. All right. So let me know what you guys think. And if you create a design inspired from my piece, please share it on social media and then either post the link to it below in the comments so I can take a look at it, or go to artplace.ca, click the contact button and send it to me privately there. I know a lot of you don't like sharing your artwork publicly, or just contact me there and and you can send it to me that way. Okay. But let me know what you think. And then also, as well, if you have any ideas of what you'd like me to see in the videos, upcoming videos, please share them. You can either do it through the comments, but better yet, if it's possible, go to the website, click contact. That way I have a written record of it and I can put it into my binder. I like to try to do video requests at least twice a week when possible. All right. So until I see you in the next video, stay inspired.